Can you hear me and see me now?
Yes, Adrija.
Oh, I was trying so hard. Uh, I thought my headphone weren't working.
I think it's Cambly. Sometimes with these new classrooms, sometimes there's problems.
Mhm.
Usually refreshing the page works, but not always. But I'm glad I'm glad it worked this time.
Hmm.
It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Been a spell, right?
Hmm.
How have you been?
Well, I've been doing well. And what about you? How are you?
I've been doing well too, thank you. Do you still recognize me?
Yes, I think you changed your hairstyle a bit. Yeah.
Yes. It's called saving money by not getting your hair cut. No, that's not why. But yeah, I when I was a teenager, 17, 18, 19, I had really long hair and I hadn't had long hair for almost 20 years. So I decided to have long hair again just to remember what it feels like.
Yeah.
There's no good reason, and I'm sure I'll cut my hair again soon, but my students tell me it makes me look younger, right? You look at me and you don't think I'm 37, right?
Yeah, it does make you look younger a little
I
bit.
hope that's good. That's what I like to hear. Good. Well, again, when I saw that you booked my class, I got really excited. I had a student who I had a class with for the first time last week,
Hmm.
and she was not the very first student ever to tell me that she found me thanks to your YouTube videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she didn't know your name. She's like, "Oh, there's this student from India. I saw her YouTube post and I saw you on there and I really wanted to book your class." And I'm like, "Oh, that's Adrija." So thank you. I should thank
No.
you. It's like you're promoting me. How is your YouTube channel? Is it still growing?
Well, it's going well. I do make videos on the weekends. My studies pressure have increased a little bit, so I try to make videos on each and every weekend as possible.
You said your studies are increasing?
Yeah, it's a bit like I am in grade 10 right now. So, yes, I need to study more than I used to do in grade 9. So,
Mm.
it goes on well because I love making YouTube videos, so I like it doing.
No, that's great. That's absolutely great. And it is summer now, right? So, how do holidays and summer breaks work in India? I'm not too familiar with the education system.
I get it. Right now, we are having our summer break. So, well, it depends upon systems. I mean, there are a lot of boards here. There is CBSE board. I mean, one is run by the central, other is run by the states, and all of those. So each board has their own summer break. Well, a few start in May, a few start in June,
Yeah.
but we don't have like 1 or 2 months summer break. We just have half a month summer break in the board that I study in, so it's not that long, but still, to like we really needed a break right now because here the weather is touching the sky. Like the sun literally burns our skin right now. The summer in our cities like that.
Yeah, and that's probably largely due to global warming, right? Every year the summers are getting
Absolutely.
hotter. Yeah.
I mean, the previous year it wasn't even this hot. This year the temperature have increased by at least 2%. I mean, 2 degrees it has.
Yeah, and they say a few years ago, I read that some scientists were predicting by 2040 there will be no more winter. Like the
Mm.
whole global temperature will go up by 4 degrees Celsius. It's just a prediction. Hopefully that doesn't
Mhm.
come true. But if that's true, it makes me glad that I live in the north.
That's kind of true because here actually it's winter is not that harsh here. Summers are quite harsh. Right now it's becoming harsher.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, yeah,
Mm.
stay inside. I don't want you to burn your skin.
And what about you? Means how is the summer there?
Summers are it's like they're getting hotter and hotter every year. We had a drought last week. We
Oh.
finally got some rain recently, but we're gonna have another drought this next week. And maybe I don't know if you saw in the news, but recently there have been some wildfires, big wildfires
Mm.
in Canada.
Yes, I heard of it. I did hear.
So it was affecting the air quality here. So the smoke was coming. If you saw pictures of New York City, it just looked orange.
Right? It was like yellowish and everything. I saw it in the news.
It looked like a post-apocalyptic Hollywood movie, but it
Absolutely.
didn't look orange here, but the smoke was still affecting our air quality. So
Mm,
for over a week, I was waking up so tired and I had no idea why. I would sleep
mm,
7, 8, 9 hours. I would wake up and I would feel like I slept maybe 3 hours. And I didn't know, why am I so tired? And I would go to the school I teach English at. My students were tired, and I found out the air quality. So when we were sleeping, our brains, they weren't getting enough oxygen because of the air quality. So everybody was feeling
mm.
tired.
Well, it must have been worse in New York.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not complaining. It was much worse in New
Uh,
York, I'm sure.
yeah, because I saw some photos and it looked like a zombie apocalypse, apocalypse or something.
Yeah, it absolutely did. You're right. I saw that picture too. And people were just in the picture, people were just like outside eating food. And I'm like, what? Why? Why would you do that? Like, if I'm gonna eat food and it looks orange outside, I'm gonna stay inside.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so people were encouraged to start wearing their masks again here, but
Mm,
maybe you know already, Americans, not very many of us wear the masks.
mm-hmm.
I don't know
Right,
about
I get it.
maybe India. Do you guys wear masks there often?
Oh, well, now it has really decreased the rate. I mean, when we go to school, no one wears masks.
Okay.
I mean, COVID, the rate of COVID has also decreased, so we don't really wear masks because we think that masks is only due to COVID. Like COVID's gone, so masks are gone. But actually, it's not the case due to air pollution. We also need to wear it, but people don't really care.
Yeah, it's the same here, right? COVID is it's become like the new flu is what we call it.
Right.
It's not very serious. And if people, I think I got it last February, but I don't know. I was sick, but I didn't test myself because at the time I was working from home every day.
Mm,
And my mom was gone. She was in Florida for the winter because she hates the cold weather.
good.
And I love it. But so I'm like, I don't need to test myself. I'm not going to go anywhere. Now I wonder, I'm like, did I have COVID? That would maybe.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And you know, so besides my hair, you might notice that the background's different. So I
Yeah,
recently,
yes, it is different, right?
it is, yeah, it doesn't, yeah, there's no window. The window's right here.
Hmm.
I live by myself now. I got a new teaching job at a language school here in Michigan. So I teach
Wow,
adult foreigners English. I love it. It's what I love to do. And of course, I
that's
still teach
great.
at Cambly.
Hmm.
And so I moved a lot closer to my new school. And
Oh,
this is really, really bad for me. I live within walking distance of an Indian restaurant.
and
That
you do go there often.
that is horrible for me because it's not cheap. But
Oh, okay.
when I talked to that student I mentioned that from India
Hmm.
last time, we were talking
Hmm.
about Indian food. And of course, because we talked about Indian food, guess what I had for dinner that night?
What?
I called, ordered butter chicken, walked there, picked it up, left. Ah, I, it's so bad for me. I mean, like Indian food, it's so good. So I'm not complaining,
Yeah.
but it's also not very cheap sometimes. And I'm trying to not spend money on eating out all the time. But when I'm living right next to an Indian restaurant, it's very hard to have self control.
I get it. And it might not be good for your health even. Like if you eat all day those butter chicken and all those.
No, I don't eat it every day. Don't worry. I eat other junk food.
Hmm.
So I need to change my diet.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's a pretty big Indian community here where I live in my
Okay.
new area. There's a
Hmm.
large speaking Arabic community too, but there are Indian restaurants everywhere, and I think it's amazing.
So the in the school that you teach, are there Indians there as well?
Yes, I have a student named Anil and a student named Reddy. So they're both from India. Their English is phenomenal.
Hmm.
They're both named Anil actually, but because they're both named Anil, the other student just said, "Call me Reddy." Like, why? I call you like Reddy. It's not the full
Mhm.
name. It's like Reddy the
Yeah,
something.
I get it.
But he said, "Just call me Reddy." And I promised them that I would not call him Ready Freddy, because in English we say that like, "Are you ready?" We say, "Oh, Ready Freddy." We say that as a joke because Freddy's a name. And when I was
Mm.
teaching kids in Taiwan, the teaching style was very interactive, and you played a lot of games with the kids, and you would say something and then respond as a class. And what I taught
Oh,
my students to say was, when I would say, "All right, are you ready?" The whole class would say, "Ready, Freddy." It was adorable.
okay.
So
That's so
when I
great.
talked to Reddy, I told him that story, and I said, "I want to call you Ready Freddy, but I promise that I won't." Yeah, but I have two Indian students, and I think it's great. It's multi-diverse. I have a student from Ukraine, a student from Russia, students from South Korea, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Egypt.
Oh, wow. It must be really diverse there. I mean, the culture at that place.
It is. It absolutely is, and that's what I love about living here. I love the diversity. It would be boring if everybody was the same.
Of course.
That's my opinion, of course. Everyone has a different opinion.
Mhm.
I hope that you get the chance to come to visit America, Adrija. You would do very well here, I think. You would thrive.
Well, I'd love to visit there once because, of course, as a tourist, I'd always love to visit places, and America is, of course, always in my bucket list. Like, not only the cities, there are so many beautiful, like, national parks and other things, like, so many beautiful places.
Thank you for saying that. I have so many
Mm.
students that want to come and they say they want to go to LA and New York City.
Uh,
And I think, come on, like those are awesome cities and you should definitely
mm.
visit them, but there's so much more to see. We have the Grand Canyon, Yosemite National
Right.
Park here in Michigan. We have the Great Lakes, Sleeping Bear Dunes. We have Disney World in Florida, a lot of beautiful beaches in Florida. There's just a lot to see. I
Yeah.
haven't even seen everything here.
Yeah, me as well. I've never seen the desert of India or something like that because it's just so big. You can't just go everywhere,
I
even if
really
it's your own country.
I really want to visit India. I really, really do. That's on my
You
bucket list.
should, like, you have, so much about a culture, so you should visit once.
I know, and I should probably learn some Hindi. I know not Hindi's not the only dialect spoken there, but I should learn some Hindi because people would understand that still, right?
Yeah.
All right, Adriha, it was nice to see you again. I hope to see you again soon. It's always fun talking
Yeah,
to you.
sure. Yeah, same here. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have
Bye.
a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye bye.